We'll give you a little bit more close up of these three guys over here. And the water depth is probably about 2 inches. Now it's starting to go into the slightly deeper area. It's probably about 3 inches there. It'll get up to about 6 inches if you keep going that way. But probably because I got even closer to them and doing a lot more talking. Yeah, no, that one's coming back. So I got 4 goldfish acting really weird. So those guys there, they're about 4 inches. There's 4 of them. 2 red ones, and then there's one like kind of greenish colored one off to the right. It's hard to see because he's a little bit more camouflaged. So yeah, these guys are about 4 inches. I'm trying to figure out what they are doing over here on like the shallow end, okay? Because this is like the very shallow end of the pond. Normally this area over here dries up. It normally dries up to about this point, because from here there's like a 3-foot drop at this point. And then, you know, from this point forward, it continues into an S shape. You know, the total is normally about 100 feet. With this extension here that's been flooded because of all the rain. That's this reserve over here. So now there's about 110 feet. So I got these 4 fish, these 4 goldfish that want to be at this shallow end over here. Now, what I had done is I had put in a whole bunch of branches. I had actually filled in this whole area over here that you see over here. I had filled it in because last year I had a heron that was coming around, and you know, basically it was fishing. It was looking for fish to eat. So all along the edge of this pond, I filled it up with branches. By the way, this is like a 5,000-gallon pond. So I know it looks like a mud puddle, but it's actually like at this end over here, it's like 3.5 feet deep, and I've filled it up like with all those branches over there. That, you know, I put a lot of structure into the pond. It's good for the, you know, the fish are able to breed. It's also good, a lot of surface area for the good bacteria to breed basically eat the waste products that the fish produce. Keeps the algae pretty much to a minimum. It's just a little bit of green that you see in the water. But anyway, so yesterday I see these fish over here, and this whole area in here, like where it's open with water, that whole area was like, all these branches were actually in the middle over there. So I kind of assumed that the fish were like trapped or lost, and they didn't know how to get out, because we've had a lot of rain. And I thought maybe from the, and yesterday this was muddy. Like today has like a slightly greenish color. I mean, yesterday was more, you know, it was you know, it was a little bit more muddy. So I thought maybe they just couldn't see, and they were just trapped. So I actually took the branches, I peeled them off to the side. So I come back today, and I see that these fish here are still, these 4 fish are still hanging out in this shallow area here, and I don't know what's going on. Now I did see there's actually a 5th one. There's a little one over there. We zoom in. Over there. There's a little one over there that's also hanging out underneath that branch. He's got like a red head, and he's got like a black body. So there's 5 of them. So I did see a little bit of breeding behavior where they were kind of chasing each other, and a little bit of like, you know, like rubbing along the edges, but not a whole lot. Like right now they're just sitting there. They're just sitting there. They do look like they're gulping, but they don't, like, it's not like they're continuously gulping like they're low on oxygen. And I got an aerator like right over here. This is where the aerator is. It's just, I don't know, maybe about 15 feet from where they're over there. It bubbles the water. So with all the rain we've had, there's plenty of oxygen in this water. So I just don't know what these guys are doing over here. And the other interesting thing, and this is like a behavior thing, is like normally these fish are like very skittish. Like if they see a shadow, like I have to kind of creep up on them normally, because if they see like a shadow, they'll like scatter. And here I'm able to actually like hover on top of them. I'm like rearranging the branches a little bit, because now I got them along the edge instead of like over that area that I thought they were trapped in. And so I'm actually working around them, moving branches, and they're just still staying in that area. I did actually take a stick, and I did try like chasing them out in case like they were like really like that stupid that they were lost, and they're not. They made their way back in. Like they really want to be in this shallow area. Like I don't know what's up with these four fish here. What's going on with them? They're not chasing each other right now. They're just like hanging. They're like, you know, there's a little bit of movement. But it's not just these fish that are acting a little bit weird. Let me take you over to the other side. But these are the four main ones that I just like, I can't, like their behavior is a little bit different. Let's walk along the pond. So this pond varies. Like at some points it's like about 4 feet wide. And then at some points it goes all the way up to like almost 8 feet wide. This area here, it's like 3.5 feet deep over here. And then from like this point forward, like the bulk of it is 3 feet deep. Little red little one right there, just hanging out in the water. So this area over here that we're walking now, this is all about 3 feet deep. There's another guy over there. And then from this point back, from here, actually from here back, it's about 2 feet deep until we get to about this tree that I got over here. It's kind of funny. I put this tree branch that broke off, and the leaves actually like bloomed, even though it's just a branch off of a tree. Because I put this over the winter time, and in the spring the branches actually bloomed. So anyway, so it's about 2 feet deep from here, and then from here back it goes from like 1 foot to about like 6 inches over there. 8 to 6, like this area here is like 8 to 6 inches. So I had another goldfish in this area here. See a bunch of little ones over there swimming around. So I had one goldfish here before that was sort of doing the same thing. It was kind of funny because it was kind of acting like a monkey on these branches here, where it was like going over and under these branches that you see over here. Like at some points it was going like sideways. It seemed like it was like struggling to access some food or something. But I mean, there's plenty of food in this pond. Yeah, I mean, again, just like a weird behavior. Like I said, it's actually been very cold. It's been a very cold May. At night, it was going down into like the low 40s. And we've had a lot of rain. And even like June 1st, I think it was like at night, it was like 43 degrees. Today's like June 2nd. It finally warmed up a little bit today. So right now where I'm standing, it's about, like I think it's probably warmed up to about 65 degrees, 64, 65. And when I looked at the water temperature, at the beginning of the day it was about 55 degrees. And they were still doing that funky shit over there. You know, they were still in that area when it was like 55 degrees. Right now it's warmed up to about 64 degrees. And I got 2 thermometers in this pond. So water's 64 degrees. And it's not too hot, it's not too cold. The fish are active. I mean, they're active anytime. As soon as it gets over 55 degrees in the water, they start swimming around. They start doing stuff. So it's not too hot, not too cold. So I'm just trying to figure out what those fish are doing on the other end over there. It's just a weird behavior I haven't seen before. And I think the water, because I looked at it earlier. Like I said, it was 55 degrees. It just warmed up. That's why these guys over here are starting to swim around that you see over here. These are the little ones, maybe 2-inch ones. They're starting to swim around now that it's warmed up a little bit. So the shallow areas are obviously going to get warmer than the areas that are deeper, because especially where the sun's hitting it. There's 2 really nice shubunkins in there. You just look at the colors on those. I don't know if they'll show up on the camera. The small ones are like 2 inches, but they got some nice color on them, like red and bluish and whitish, almost like a marble color. Just got those a few weeks ago, and they're fine. So yeah, for the most part, like I only feed this fish like maybe once a week, twice a week now, because I know they're in their breeding season. But I think like the first year that I had them, I put them in there. I didn't feed them at all the first year, and they did fine. Those are like the bigger ones that you see. Some of the 6 inch. I don't see too many of those today, but some of them like 6 inches. There's one over there. It's about 4 inches. So the first year I didn't feed them at all. They were just eating off of the bugs. They were eating the bugs and the algae. and they'll do fine off of that alone. But I'll give them a little extra food just to try and grow them a little bit faster. I'm up on a mountain. It's like 2,000. The elevation's about 2,000 feet up here, so we only get like maybe 3 good months of summer. So they get like 3 good growing months. So in those 3 months, I give them a little extra to try and get them to grow a little bit faster. But there's probably about 400 fish in here. They're not super active today, I guess because it was like wet and cold yesterday. So most of them are like closer to the bottom. They're not super active. But these 4 over here, yeah, I mean, they're there because they, yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's gotta be warmer on this end because it's more shallow and the sun's like hitting it directly. But they're just like hanging out. They're going back. I mean, that's probably the reason why they're there. Just probably because it's warmer. But it's just why haven't the rest of them come out? You know, are these like are these the smart ones or are these the dumb ones that are looking to get eaten by a bird or something? That one over there is like going all the way over there under those branches. And like I said, these guys are not skittish. Like normally the other ones are skittish. These guys, I'm standing right over them. I'm talking to them, and they're not scared at all. They're just staying there, which to me means if a bird comes around, they're probably going to get eaten right away. I don't even think the branches are going to save them because by the time they get out, it's going to be, you know, by the time they, I mean, it's because they got to go over branches. It's a little shallow. I don't know how fast they're going to be able to swim through here. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys.